onye ka mmadụ metara atụ ime ọmụta nwa onye na-anụ ya dịkwa ka ya sị onye na-anụ ya ọ dịka ịdọ obi onye ihe akụ na chanọla ka agụ as of 2015-16 no 2016.
Yeah, good morning. You're welcome this morning to the program. This is Bystanders at the News. I'm Christian Chuku. Today is Friday in the city of Lagos. We are here to look at the newspaper headlines this morning and give our own opinion on the reports that we have on the papers today. This is Good Friday. I'll say happy Easter to all of you, everyone that have been supporting the bystander. I say big happy Easter to you all. Let's move on to the newspaper headlines this morning. It is another wonderful day. Today is the 7th of April, 2023, and we are here to our newspaper and also online. I have the Nigerian Tribune and the Daily Sun over profiling victimization or handed to Okay, let's move on.
Is it on now?
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
So, sorry for that broken in trust. Okay. A tribe we believe are friends. A tribe that have been accommodating the Igbos since 1970 during the Civil War. A tribe. Every Nigerian believes are the most diplomatic in Nigeria has shown us another color. In March 18, 2023, when we had election in Lagos State here, the Yoruba miscreants came out en masse all over the local government of Lagos State. Worstly hit was the largest local government in Lagos, Alemocho local government. The miscreants called Agboro could not allow the Igbos to exercise their what? Civil rights there. They disenfranchised all of them, both labor agents and other people that are employed or were employed by INEC to monitor the election, to make sure that election went on peacefully, were harassed and abused. Most especially labor agents. One was abused at College Road there. An oncoming Peugeot. Everybody thought the guy was coming to the passenger side. We are coming to, to vote, to cast their vote. They all of a sudden came down alighted from their vehicle and asked the guy, "What are you doing here?" The guy said, "I'm a labor agent." He said, "Labor?" Yes. He gave him, slaps, both cheeks. She understand? Both cheeks. He slapped him, tore his cloth, to the level that even the miscreants there, some say, but this is unnecessary because the guy is no voting, he's just an agent person. He has to tell him, "Leave here." The guy had no, other thing to do than to obey. He complied to his command. He left that place, weeping, crying. I didn't understand. So let me tell you, Ohanese's petition to Buhari is right. They are doing the right thing, and I believe that Afenifere is looking at it from that corner too. Because I thought it would have been a southwest thing, but the most developed states of southwest, which is Lagos State, I thought it should be in Ogun State. But no, it did not happen in Ondo State. Likewise, Ekiti. I didn't understand because Lagos State is seen as the, political, capital of Lagos, of Southwest. Everything is here. Every industries, universities, many agencies, both government and private, they have their head office in Lagos. And we believe that this is a state that at least has the largest economy, if not in West Africa, in Africa. So we are exposed. We Lagosians were enlightened. But to our greatest surprise, our utmost surprise, what the miscreants on the street did on 18th March, really defined our democracy as not yet matured.
Okay, that's
and
why Obasanjo is calling for national reconciliation.
Yes. And let me tell you, whatever happened that day, let me be so blunt and vocal here. Sanwo-Olu, the Lagos State governor, who is of course the chief security officer of the state, should be blamed. Ask me why. I went to various polling units. I discovered that police were there watching at the watch of Nigerian police and PF. Miscreants were drinking beer, hot drink, brandy, not up to 2 years away from where the ballot boxes were. So to me, I said, why should this be? Why could this be? I look at those policemen, they were all smiling. They were all having a field day. Their phones were what? Shouting and crying of what? Credits alerts. That's why they could not act. None of the policemen intervened. The whole polling unit in Lagos, the APC stakeholders, or you call them stalwarts, paid their money to the people manning such polling units. I can only exonerate the agents I'm telling you. See, both the police, the soldier, and some individuals there, they were paid. Police could not act. Look at how Igbos, foreigners, Urobo, Efik, Ibibio, the Hausas, the Midbelt, we were disenfranchised. We were called strangers. That's why I always sing my music. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm a stranger in Lagos. I'm an alien, a legal alien. I'm an Igbo man. That is an immigrant in Lagos. Alien meaning a foreigner.
Alien.
Alien, alien, you know, American pronunciation. Alien, I'm a legal alien because Americans sang the music and I follow the intonation. Okay. So let me tell you, Christian, Obasanjo is right by renouncing the kind of democracy we operate this time around.
What of the national reconciliation?
Yes, he's right to bring everybody together. He's our papa. Like yesterday I said, he is the true elderly statesman that is working now. The only elderly statesman that is at work, that is just grooming, trying to nurture Nigeria as a father is Olusegun Obasanjo. So what he said is true. Obasanjo came out in 2019. He was accusing this government of denial of the obvious. And some persons frown at that remarks. That Obasanjo is doing this, is the father of corruption, is this and that. Good and fine. When Obasanjo was president in 1976 to 1979, the whole chicken is 15 kobo. A whole chicken is 15 kobo. From 15 kobo to 25. That's how it climbs. 15 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira. Frozen chicken. It is a new thing to Nigerians in those days. I listen to me. So his regime is far, far, far better than this current regime. When Obasanjo was Nigerian president, dollars was 72 kobo. $1, 72 kobo. I could remember when my brother was off. He was going to Macha University in California in 1979. We escorted him from our house at Oboete Enugu there to MNA Airport. I didn't understand. He depended on my uncle. We sent money. Though he did many jobs, he bought his car there because as a student he will be working, he will be doing something. At least dreaming of flower his job there. They will give him money. So we from here, been sending money. We had been sending money to him. The economy was good. And that was Obasanjo's regime. 1976 to 1979, I'm telling you. So anybody that's accusing Obasanjo is a corrupt man. I believe such person is just singing a music, a shameful song.
Okay.
I didn't understand me, Chris.
Okay, one more. Let's look at Labour Party. There's crisis in the leadership of Labour Party. A new acting chairman has been reinstated.
Labour, you say, is Nigeria is a secular state, and Labour is one. Labour consumes all the factory workers, trade, TUC, Trade Union Congress, even transporters, they are among. So you will find out that APC as a party is trying to infiltrate Labour with bad eggs. Bad eggs! That's why they are trying to impose a leadership that will go against Obi's ideology, which is obedience. I think you understand. So they are just bringing in that man to cause an apple of what? Discord within Labour Party. Obi should back them. Labour should be for farmers, factory workers. We are talking about Labour Party. Labour Party should do what? Distance itself from this Waba Labour, NLC. Nigerian Labour Congress is federal government. Listen to me. An institution that has been for how many years now? The last time they come out on the street of Lagos, Abuja, Enugu, Akure to protest against injustice of this current government administration, against innocent Nigerians. For a very long time, we've not seen something like that. They bought Labour. Federal governments have bought Lagos with their money. I think you understand. So the current constituents, you understand, I mean partakers, champions of NLC now are what? Corrupt. Very, very corrupt. Okay. They are not working for farmers. Okay. They are not working for trade unions. They are not working for laborers. They are not working for what? Factory workers. What they are looking for there or working for is for their pockets.
Okay, lastly, what do you think about this national reconciliation?
Yeah, this national reconciliation that Obasanjo is trying to, evolve. But to start, let me tell you, it cannot work. See, Obasanjo should stop. Let us stop playing Emily Post. Emily Post. It is too obvious that some persons were not wanted in Nigeria, and each and every time such persons want to make himself or to prove himself that he's competent to handle the affairs of this country, such persons such persons will be rubbished, beaten and rough-handled. I think understand, deny his rights and other things. I'm talking in the person of the Igbos. I don't see any reason why there is need for national reconciliation now. No. The only national reconciliation needed by the Igbo man, needed by Yoruba man, Hausa man, we have three major ethnicities here, is giving Obi his mandate. Obi is the national reconciliation needed by Nigeria now, as I'm talking to you. If Tinubu could leave Obi alone, hand over Obi's mandate to Obi, I don't think there's any national reconciliation better than that. That is my own assertion and my own opinion. My name is Raf Tresvant. I still remain your homeboy.
I am Edonobi Lagos.
Edonobi Lagos.
You are striking a deal on Easter Day.
My brother, this Easter, I don't know what is happening. I don't know. This Easter, we're supposed to be jubilating now and at least preparing for other things like everywhere we have seen money. I don't know. Anyway, good morning, my brothers and sisters who are watching me there. Thank you very much. My name is Lucky. Eyaguna Edonobi Lagos. Thank you. Believe in us. That this Easter, anyway, never too late. We still have a few days. Something can happen today or tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's move on. Leadership crisis hits Labour Party. Yes. A new chairman has been.
It's a handwork of APC.
You bring your evidence before you say it's handwork.
Handwork of APC. You know APC now? Their party always like to destroy other parties. They win election. Instead of them to go and start reconcile with people, they want to destroy evidence, demonize the people who will attack them. They find out that if they go to court, Obi has evidence to turn that election. So they don't want to use all means. How come you are not bringing new chairman now? Said,
no, the chairman has a court case.
Which court case?
Of forgery. From Edo State.
Is it now? Is it now? Why can't they do it before the election? Is it now? You know APC now. APC, they can do and undo. That's the way this election was rigged. Don't even understand that. 2 minutes. Telling the world that transmission cannot work. INEC has the power to say no or yes. But when INEC was campaigning, INEC never tell Nigerians that they have power to say yes or no, to say transmission will not be done. If not so, many people will not come out. So they will see that our vote will not count. But INEC promised them that our vote will count and transmit the way Ondo State go, Ekiti go, Osun go. But coming to presidential election, we never see transmission. INEC is telling us that they have the right to say or no yes, but they have the right to transmit Senate, House of Rep, Governor. That is so obvious. Full ringing in our eyes. And people are angry. So, we are angry. We are still mourning now. This is Easter time. Easter time for us to celebrate Jesus Christ. We are mourning. Nigerians are not happy. They are not happy. The only thing is that it's only God that is calming everybody down. If everybody pour in the street now, you see, I won't tell you lie. These are worse than answers. They will not contain.
Okay, military says that the interim government is serious unconstitutional.
They are the one calling for interim government. They are the one calling.
To say that.
The APC are the one calling for interim government. Are you not notice? How come APC suspending their powerful men in the party?
Yeah,
the Minister of the Foreign Affairs, yes, was suspended. Abechi suspended. A lot of them have been suspended. APC have a kind of way of destroying the party and the nation. They have succeeded destroyed this Nigeria for 8 years. Our land ambassador is calling for it. Say we should reconcile. Reconcile who? Nigeria can reconcile. Nigeria is angry. It's angry. Everybody is angry. I was telling one of my friends now. He said we should be happy. Happy for what? After 8 years, suffering, wilderness, hunger, kidnapping, no food, nothing. Fuel of 700 naira. He said we should be happy for 8 years. After 8 years again, you went back again. Instead of at least to give a right person thinking. Went back to epistolic power for years. We are not happy. I'm telling you something. As I am not happy, many Nigerians are not happy. Even the APC who won the election, some of them are not happy. Everybody is suffering. Are you getting me? Look at Easter. Easter now, at least we're supposed to be hearing good news. Perfume of rice and
Gunmen killed 46 in Benue State.
That is what they are saying. I said it last time. I said, look, you that voted for APC, whatever you receive, take it. It's a matter. Because APC ruled for 8 years. Is it killing? Kidnapping? Today you see 100 miss. Moving train, the attack. And you see Open Eye. Benue. You know what Benue State suffer. And Benue governor, follow Wike. And Wike now won in River State. The Benue couldn't won. Now, the man is ashamed. Going to even River State to a commission project. How many projects has Autumn commission in Benue? Look at them.
Wike says that we supported Southern presidency for unity
Don't
of
mind
Nigeria.
Wike. Don't mind Wike. Wike is just trying to tell the South people that he work for Apollo Tinubu to win. I don't say me. Now, Wike should not. I don't want to. Anytime I see Wike for TV, I turn off the TV because it's a betrayer. But he's going to receive it. I will tell you that. He's going to receive it. Now, let me tell you. He said 46 dead. Benue, Edo, Plateau, Kaduna, since a week now, no rest. Killing. Now, President Buhari, the man is not doing anything anymore. The man, you see, things are just worse. Now, we are coming back again, not with joy, happiness. We are still going to see sadness because one, they are planning to remove subsidy. They are planning to remove subsidy. And by the time you remove subsidy, you know, everything will go down. Now they go up in Nigeria and come down.
Okay.
No price control, nothing.
Let's focus on the national reconciliation.
Who is going to reconcile?
Now,
Reconcile with who? No. Reconcile with who? It cannot work. It cannot work except
so
the only thing that will work now. The only thing that will work now is state. They should go back to National Assembly to make a law that each state should manage their resources. Peace will come.
Each state.
I'm an Edo man. I should go and manage what I have in Edo State. I'm telling you, I will take my family straight there. And if it is farm, if it is cocoa, if it is oil, let me go there. Peace will reign. Not to come today, you say we should make peace. Tomorrow again when election come. Yoruba man go for one side, Igbo man go for one side. It cannot work. I'm telling you the truth. Or still use the same old people. People like Ozikalo now. People like Erufai. People like Fenika Yote. People like Shomole. You still put them in power. What is it going to do? They can't do anything. They are thieves. So what are they going to do? Reconcile us with who? Reconcile with who?
Okay, last.
Are you going to reconcile the Yoruba man? The landlord man who gave me a quick notice to leave. And if I don't pay, I'm supposed to pay, guys, this month. That if I don't pay full money, I should back out. Indirectly telling me I should go.
Is he wrong?
Where do you think I can get 350,000 now?
Is he your landlord's fault?
That is the hatred. It has come to that hatred.
Okay.
Whereby that you voted against my person and voted the person win. Yes, that's what's happening now. Yes, sir. The hatred has come. The moment that my name is Lucky, you should know I'm the other side. So the point is that now, at least they were taking half up before. Now there's a threat that if you don't pay full one, then you should leave. But I'm telling you, the only thing that can make reconciliation is that let every state go back to your state and control your resources, you see Nigeria will be very happy for that.
Okay.
Not to come and say you want to reconcile. Reconcile with who?
But,
It cannot work.
Okay.
It
Thank you very
cannot
much,
work.
Mr. Lucky. After they give that, there's that reconciliation whereby people go to their state. Hope you pay your landlord the money before you go to your state.
Which landlord? All the things I put there, the landlord pay me. So the other thing is that Nigerians, I want to beg Nigerians, if we want to reconcile, the youth have to reconcile first, not these old men who are deceiving us. We are suffering. We are suffering. When they say suffering, do you believe some of our brothers in abroad, they don't want to come back to Nigeria again? These are people who always come to help us. They saw suffering. They see billions of Nigerians wasted. Nigeria cannot help us. Now they say they can't come back. What do we do? Can we just die like that? My brother, we are in trouble. This country can be shocked if God come down. But say, Obasanjo, Jonathan, Buhari, they will still stay and drink one tea. After drinking tea, they will still come back with suffering. All this kidnapping, they cannot solve it.
Okay.
The only thing that can solve it
very much.
is price control. Control your resources. Go back to your state. That's the only thing.
Thank you very much.
It.
Yes. I have Mazi Chigozie. Good morning, Mazi Chigozie.
Good morning, Christian. Happy
Easter.
Good Friday.
Yeah, happy Easter.
And to esteemed viewers across the globe, wishing you a happy Easter in advance.
Okay. Our fellow chieftain says that's Adebanjo, in the person of Adebanjo, says that the change we need is the change of constitution at this point in time.
He's not the first person owning such a view or expressing such, of course, position. And being that the Constitution does not reflect the will of the people, and the people do not participate in the process of drafting this Constitution, and as such, of course, is considered an illegitimate document, but unfortunately has been forced on the people. So if he is calling for a rescind of the Constitution, is in line with, of course, the view of the majority of Nigerians. And you can see, having listened to some constitutional lawyers, they said this constitution is a far cry from what a constitution should be. And it only favors the military oligarchies who drafted the constitution and impose it on the people. So how can a military junta draft a constitution that will be used and sustained in a democratic norms, in a democratic rule? I don't expect that to work. So the problem of Nigeria, of course, borders not just on the constitution and the implementation and the willingness to drive a viable and sustainable society where equity, justice should be the basis of governance. But that is far possible.
Okay, let's look at Nigeria more divided than we thought. That's a retired General Obasanjo.
Yes, I think he has started to accept the truth and the reality on ground. For him, of course, is one of those elder statesmen who saw the war, who, of course, fought against the Biafran nation. And over time, he also was part of the government that formed the reconciliation, rehabilitation, and resuscitation and reconstruction of the Eastern region, which, of course, was a total failure. It was never implemented because of the sensitivity and insincerity on the part of the government of the day. And they thought by that they will be able to, of course, assuage the pains, the agonies and the wanton destruction of life and property sustained during the war, the purported genocide against the Eastern people, especially the Igbo race. But unfortunately, haven't seen, and by virtue of his disposition, I mean, his age at this time, I think he should not be hiding under any cover of pretense not to say the truth. So he's coming now to accept the reality on ground, staring at every one of us, that we have never been one, and of course the gap has been widened. When you find yourself in a pit, wisdom informs that you make efforts to get out of the pit, not digging more abysmally. That is what Nigeria is at this point. So for another statement of his caliber to say that of course, we never knew that Nigeria is divided more than we could envisage, then of course, leave nothing to be desired about this country. Indirectly, he's saying that Nigeria is gone.
No, he said about national reconciliation, that we need to push for national reconciliation.
Did you listen to his statements?
To this, the incoming government, I listened to.
Or you base your pass on what?
This is not what he said. The incoming government should look at how they can bridge the gap, the animosity between the ethnic tribes in Nigeria.
When he said the incoming government, he did not have any person in mind. But before he made that submission, he made his position very clear that you cannot have reconciliation. He said that there cannot be true reconciliation except justice is done, except the error of the present is corrected and restitution is done. Then whosoever emerges from that process of justice in the process of this litigation should now begin to build coherence within the ethnic nationalities. It's not just saying like the need that we should forget about the past. You can't forget about the past if you really want to move forward. So you have to iron out what is the present. The past has been our experience. The present is a concern because where lies our major interest is in the future. When you jettison the issues of this moment, you can never have a future. That is what the position of the elder statesman, the ex-president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo. He has been outspoken on national issues, notwithstanding that he also has his own flaw when he had the opportunity. But of course, I salute his courage to come out to say the truth. For saying that Nigeria is more divided more than we think, even with his experience and exposure, shows that there are things about Nigeria that he might not, of course, vote for. I mean, which is the disintegration of Nigeria, the unity of Nigeria. He cannot vote for the unity of Nigeria based on the damage and the, of course, impunity that have trailed this election and the Guba elections, where even the traditional institutions are, of course, aiding this atrocity, this impunity. It is very ridiculous and despicable for traditional institutions, traditional rulers, who should caution, who should, of course, caution those who are throwing caution to the air, are the one aiding this ethnic cleansing, ethnic profiling. Then what is the basis where you can establish, of course, reconciliation? Because in the process of reconciliation, you must engage those traditional institutions who will drive home the process of reconciliation and coherence, to build a coherence within the people. But if the people who should be the custodian of peace are the ones directly involved in this ethnic profiling, then you can see that it's not feasible. The process of reconciliation after this disguise is not possible. except you want to deceive yourself, except everybody want to deceive himself. I was in Kano State during the crisis that erupted in Kano State. You know what happened? The sincerity of the Emir of Kano, I respect that man. It's not an ethic bigot. It's not a religious bigot. The sincerity of Emir of Kano in the person of Adu Bayero. Good guess, of course, he enjoys my admiration. He came out with all sincerity of purpose. He called the attention of the Igbos who were grieved, who were expressing, of course, the injustice and the wanton destruction of their lives and properties. He called them to order with all sincerity and called the northern peoples to order. Now you have seen in Lagos where the Oba of Lagos, threatening the entire Igbo that they will go, that he will send them in Lagoon. Another traditional rulers, traditional institutions doing the same path. Prior to this election, there are several threats to this effect. And I didn't see any, even involving the traditional rulers of Etiosa, local government, trying to profile, intimidate, and subjugate the people resident within his own domain. These are traditional rulers. I don't mean politicians. You see, instead of calling the politicians to order, like the Aminu Kano, of course, the emirate did for the Kano residents. He called the politicians to order that we have been living, cohabiting ever since. So you cannot bring this, sustain this acrimony among us. And of course, there was a true reconciliation in Kano. And ever since, you see, those escalations have not, of course, have not been thrown up. So for you to have true reconciliation, the traditional institution must be the one to drive the process of reconciliation, because they are the custodian of the people. When the trust, of course, repose on them is being destroyed, then the reality is that you cannot have true reconciliation except there is justice, fairness, and equity for all. You cannot tell me that you want true reconciliation when you want to impose your own will on people who has contrary, of course, a different opinion.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So, you just give me 2 minutes. I think I'm beginning to suspect Christian.
You can look at the time. I know
what is the time? It is not just...
gauge the time.
You just asked me 2 questions now, and what is that?
We deliberated so
Look
much.
at the bloody issue in Lagos.
Ohaneze to petition Buhari National Assembly over profiling of Igbo in Lagos.
Thank you.
Ohaneze to petition Buhari and National Assembly over profiling of Igbo in Lagos.
That is the right thing I expected from Ohaneze. Because you cannot take it anywhere. If this thing happens in the East, where the Yoruba people have been profiled, the Yoruba won't take it lightly. So my only concern is not just that these are political gladiators. The traditional institutions added this impunity, this atrocious and obnoxious, and very demeaning and abasing, of course, attitudes, which is a show of shame. You have never seen in Igbo land where traditional institutions came up and start asking for the non-indigenous or people residents in their own state to leave. People in those regions also voted for themselves. They made their own choice. They were allowed to vote for whoever they want to. I have a Yoruba person staying with very close to my brother in Owerri. You see, one of his brothers asked him to come to Lagos before the election. He said he's not going anywhere. But where he is more even safer for him than coming to Lagos. You see, he was allowed to pack respect and make his choice in the process of the election, in selecting who becomes his leader. So for Ohaneze to have done that, I expected that before now. So we cannot continue to accept impunity. In fact, this particular incident, of course, I went through the process, their petition. This has been a recurring decimal. As I said yesterday, since 20 months down after independence, this intimidation, this violation, and suppression of people in order to gain political advantage has been sustained. The worst of it is even this election, 2023, global election, where the governor could not caution, even the traditional leader could not caution all those, of course, interests who are interested in this process. The government was silent. The commissioner of police was silent, calling it a joke. But we saw there are over 100 people still in hospitals who sustained several degrees of injuries. This informed the position of course, Ohaneze for writing a petition against Buhari and, of course, Lagos State government for the negligence and the insensitivity and their body language, conspiracy of silence, not to have arrested the culprits, of course, and brought them to book. So with such a development, you cannot call for, of course, reconciliation, because the process of justice must be allowed to take its course. And people must, of course, see the sincerity and the commitment towards that. Otherwise, you are wasting your time and, of course, preparing for the inevitable.
Thank you very much. Mr.
Yes, of course, I don't know what you have for us, but I know that I'm optimistic that God is faithful. My shout out to Mami Nkedi and everyone who have shown us, who have empathized with us and who always call to know how we are faring. May the good luck continue to bless everyone.
Sorry, Mr. Marshall. It is tough to live in Nigeria, especially in this environment. Let's move on. Any Easter message this morning? Let's start with the Easter message.
The Easter message is simple. If you're looking at what does Jesus Christ stands for, if you want to celebrate Easter, you should be able to do this personal self-appraisal to understand whether if Jesus Christ is come in the presence of that celebration, will you be raptured? Are you rapturable? Otherwise, what are you celebrating?
I say,
okay. Obasanjo recommends national reconciliation. He says the country divided than never before. And he said that the elections a show of shame.
If you see what we are hearing from the background, I think it's a reflection of what Obasanjo is saying.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate that people's sense of faith. I don't want to use the derogatory word, but I'm surprised the way people listen. The way people cast aspersion on each other, the way people cast aspersion on different tribes, and it's quite unfortunate. I've heard so much this morning, and personally, I don't engage in such conversation because for me, it's not a healthy conversation.
So, how do we achieve national reconciliation? What should be done?
Is by sincerity on the part of the government to right any perceived wrong. Because the only way you can assuage anybody that is aggrieved is to pacify his mind by doing justice to any wrong that has been done. Without doing that, anything you do may be a cosmetic approach.
Okay, let's move on. We have the Labour Party leadership crisis. A new acting chairman has been reinstated by the National Working Committee. But the chairman, the embattled chairman, has said that that committee fake the chairman unconstitutional, that he remains chairman. What do you think? What would say?
The party on its own have come out to say that the process of the suspension is unconstitutional, going by their own party constitution. Because according to the party, for you to suspend the national chairman you need a convention to do that, and there will be a special convention summoned for that purpose. However I look at it, whether wrongly or rightly, the chairman was suspended by, according to the party, some alleged party exco members from his ward. But I think with the judgment of the court, the battle has been shifted to the court. So it is irrespective of whether it was a legitimate suspension or not, since the court already legitimate it. The only thing they need to do now is for everybody, the two parties, to go to court to argue.
Okay, let's move on. I'm just rattled by what I'm hearing at the background. Let's look at military rejects interim government dream, describe it as mischievous and unconstitutional.
I think we have discussed this severally, and we have said if anybody is found wanting with respect to wanting to form interim government, that the DSS, the army, all the security agencies put together should not put a plate to the gallery. They should arrest and do prosecution, just like House of Rep told them. That don't come and tell us, arrest and do prosecution. If actually we are not playing to the gallery, you have actionable intelligence that prove that some people are mooting the idea of interim government. But I can understand that people are dissatisfied with the process. So if the dissatisfaction is what you are using to mean that people are calling for interim government, I don't know. But even there is sense that people who are planning interim government beyond all the dissatisfaction we hear about around, then they should go ahead, arrest and prosecute and stop disturbing the public space, the media space with the noise of somebody want to take over government.
Okay, Wike El-Rufai says we supported Southern presidency for unity of Nigeria.
I don't like discussing Wike. I don't like style of politics. He's one politician I don't like style of politics. Because I took a note how he's always at the center of leadership crisis in PDP. I begin to ask, is he the only stakeholder in PDP? Generally speaking, I don't like discussing him. Because for me, I don't like his style of politics. Because all we hear from Rivers State in that presidential election and governorship election is not palatable. Okay. Because we are heard so much about voter intimidation, harassment, and all that. And for a governor who is ruling a state where we are hearing all this manner of unpleasant news, I don't think I should be discussing such person.
Okay, our next to petition Buhari National Assembly over profiling of Igbo in Lagos.
The profiling is totally wrong. I don't think the president is unaware. So petitioning to inform him, I don't think he needed petitioning before, as the president and the commander of the armed forces, he do the needful. Because whether I like it or not, it be hope on Mr. President to protect life and property. And we heard some statement that came from people who threaten some people in Lagos not to participate in the process. I don't think Mr. President needed a petition to act in that regard. So for me, it's quite unfortunate that Mr. President will wait for a petition before he protect lives and property.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I have Mr. Akule. Mr. Akule, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
What is happening? This is Easter. What's happening?
Yeah, happy Easter to my fellow, brothers there, comrade. I greet them
What's
all.
the essence of Easter?
God bless them all.
God bless everybody.
The essence of Easter is to show love and to know that God died for us on a cross.
Everyone.
But these people.
Let's finish Easter. Jesus died for both Hausa, both Yoruba,
both Igbo, both everyone.
But no. Jesus died for everybody.
You say but for both Hausa, both Yoruba, but for both Igbo too.
That your boss want to cause wahala now.
Why will it cause wahala? Why others are not causing wahala? Why is it only me? Are you scared of me? Are you scared of me? I'm always the counter. I'm always the counter force.
I don't want animals.
Are you scared of me?
Obasanjo says that we should recommend national
reconciliation.
reconciliation. I'm looking forward to national reconciliation. Let's not hit the politics. Let's not hit.
National reconciliation
is what we need at this point in time.
What we need. That is, and if, mark my word, if the aggrieved one that just been aggrieved,
or if justice is served.
See, which justice are you looking for? Which justice? Justice of election?
I don't know the justice, but I know that justice,
what justice are they,
will lead to reconciliation.
Which justice? What Nigeria favor for this country? The way they are crying is where other people should be crying. Are they only the Nigeria? People that are crying the job for justice now. Did they work in the way of justice? You want election, you want to be involved in the election, you want to bring a placeholder for yourself in the election that will be president, and the way you are
I don't understand. You want to bring a placeholder?
I'm talking of Obi. You want Obi to be a candidate. You bring out a candidate, electoral candidate for election.
Who brought out? Who brought out? Obedience, Abi.
It started from they say charity begins at home. If you want to come out for election now, you have to start from your home. Start the campaign from your home. You know, we've been a while on this terrain monitoring election in this country.
That's why I need. Let us get over. Let there be justice. Because
there's no injustice on the ground now. The justice.
What is causing the brouhaha?
That is why we need to go and ask Mr. Obi that he should soft pedal with the trend is going to that may bring anarchy into Nigeria.
I asked the same question yesterday because I need to help me. Like one or two things that he is doing currently that is leading to anarchy.
One or two things. Number one, he himself, either doctor, either doctrine, either that message.
Either doctor, that means it's not fair.
Let's go there.
Either doctor,
let's go there.
You know what I'm saying.
All the fake news has been. What has Obi just said? Say Tinubu is a drug baron. He's a drug baron. Does it have to come out from such a presidential candidate that is supposed to be facing the subject, not the substance? Even he's saying he's a drug baron. Bring out your evidence. And you are in court already. You don't need to start saying all those. It's the cause of his problem. And I've been saying it. He's never even showed himself as a president of the
whole
APC
country. Chieftains at one point in time or the other called Tinubu a drug baron. Some of the people working with Tinubu.
And they ought to have bring them, all of them. That's Nigerian is like a blackmail state. When you're talking of blackmailing, the headquarters of blackmailing is in Nigeria. Headquarters of propagandist is in Nigeria.
Yeah, propaganda, yeah.
I'm talking of the actors,
not blackmailing,
propagandists.
Yeah.
The actors I'm talking of, so they are Nigerians. Yeah. So, and Obi fall for that propaganda issues during this election. His followers fall for it, right? Okay. And they started spreading fake news. They started, instead of them facing the subjects, they were facing the substance.
Okay, let's
and they really work against them. And they are not crying
in Abuja, there is a new party chairman.
So it's Tinubu too that caused the destabilization of Labour Party.
I said there's a new Labour Party chairman.
Well, I don't want to know. I don't have any business with Labour, because Labour, to me, the way they are going about in this election, in the electoral system, I don't think they are ready to even achieve anything. The few guys that you see, they are using the platform of the Labour it's not a strange thing. It's not a new thing. Oshamale used Labour. Under Dananyanwu.
Mimiko
too used Labour under Dananyanwu when they handed over Labour Party for Dananyanwu to manage. And what really happened?
But he has his own now, ZLP. Zenith Labour
so Party. Even you yourself, you can go and contest under Labour and go So it's not beyond.
So this is a national reconciliation now. What do you think?
When the people you want to reconcile with, they have a hard mind, rock mind, that they are not ready for anything. And meanwhile, you see, we should just leave these guys, let them be ranting, because it's more or less of a ranting. How do you expect the election to be overturned for you to now be handed over the victory? Is that not problem you are looking for? In number three, and now you are still not talking of to thought that's been under litigation in court now. And all votes are equal in this election. Either Abuja vote, either Lagos vote, either this. And I so much respect this presidential candidate of Labour, but it's making people to look at him as if it does not, regard that. It started well, but the way it's ending is just you are bringing out to thought.
Some people are saying that APC has a way of bringing a propaganda. They brought the propaganda of the interim government and what's happening in the Labour Party.
Were you not here when they were saying the propaganda, when we were talking about the propaganda of the Chief Justice? Ariwola. Why? You said the old man that was in Lagos there.
No, he has not debunked anything.
Yeah, no. It has not debunked. But the guy has apologized. The guy that snapped that shot has apologized. Who happens to be one of the obedience?
No, the guy that did that story is the same guy that did the story of the voice note between
I said
the guy that did that story of Ariwola is the same guy that did the story.
Ariwola one.
Yes,
I'm
that
telling
did the
you.
story. It is
I'm
Premium
telling
Times
you.
that did that story.
I'm telling you, and go and do your fact
I've
check.
done my
Go and do your
I've done my
check.
facts.
The guy that did copy that story, we later found out that Ariwola was in Lagos. He was not in London to meet Tinubu, and everybody know that. And you went on, you blackmailed the whole man.
No,
You blackmailed the electoral system. You blackmailed the court.
Ariwola
So
come
what
out?
did the obedience?
Did he come
What
out
did
to
they want?
debunk that?
What did
No,
they
he has
want?
not come out to debunk that.
Debunk what?
Whether he was in Lagos, they have not clarified that issue. Whether he was in Lagos or not in Lagos,
I don't
or
know
he
whether
traveled
you
out.
are in tune with what went on. What went on. Go back and I can bet.
Okay,
Immediately you
who did the story?
So the online, one of these online journalists. That
It is same person that did this Bishop Oyedepo and Peter B. I'm putting forward to you. That did the same story.
I said Eriwola was a blackmail story.
Okay, let's.
Because the obedience were bent on tarnishing the guy's image.
Okay.
You are the one that you went to court for justice, and the person that wants to supersede that justice, you've been tarnishing his image. Is that how they win the court case? Is that how they win the election? The country you want to rule, you turn everybody to as if I mean, I don't understand that. That's why we.
I hope we get over this season. This season, I hope we get over it.
Yeah, which season?
The season of elections.
Me, I've gotten over it already. It's just the noise.
You are here. You're like tackling one or two persons.
No.
This is going to fight.
I put them right. When
okay. Obi has come and said the audio.
When your brothers come in here.
Your brothers also.
No, they were.
Are you know my brother? Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Are you know my? Let's confirm it now.
Biological brother.
Everybody's watching.
Yes,
everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. Mr. Kunle.
As you are.
Mr. Adekunle.
As you are. You be first be loyal to your family.
Are you not my brother?
Will you not be first loyal to an outsider?
Are you not my brother?
Answer my question.
Are you not my brother? Today's sister.
What I want to answer. You are my brother. You are my Christian brother. You are my fellow Nigerian. But you are more loyal. You'll be more loyal to your brother in your house than me and next an outsider.
Okay, the change, so the change we need is change of constitution. That's Adebanjo.
Change of constitution.
That's the change we need.
Where was this chief Adebanjo? Where
is he the chief tenor? Is he the head
was
of?
A chief. It was a.
Who is the head of Afenifere now?
He's just a placeholder now because Baba Fasuroti was a bit strong there.
Yeah.
When they killed his daughter, when the Fulani herdsmen killed his daughter, so that he was so grieved. I mean, and he need a space just to you know.
So the change we need is consistency.
Yes. Okay, now Adebanjo is just a placeholder.
Not Oyebanjo, is Adebanjo.
Adebanjo. I say Adebanjo.
No, you say Oyebanjo. Okay, so the constitution, the change of constitution, that's what we need.
You see that constitution.
The person they hang the get another thing for the mind.
But now
let's forget about
we need to ample it on the governor elect, and he said so that there will be constitutional review under his regime. There will be constitutional review. The floppy ones, you will have to look at them and see how you can be of good use. So to me, let the president elect be. Anybody that does not want to witness the swearing in can relocate to Lome or Niger or what's it called? May go Ghana. Ghana is nearby, so that you can be hearing the news.
Thank you very much.
What God has done, no human on earth, no hater can turn it over. So obedience and his boys and his supporters go and calm down. Right?
After 8 years.
8 years, yes. We need you after 8 years. Maturity is not there.
We are still celebrating Easter and also Ramadan. We say a big congratulations to those that saw it till today. Muslim brothers, happy Ramadan. Ramadan what? Ramadan Kareem. And also our Christian brothers, happy Easter. For that, we have come to the end of the program. This morning, I'm Christian Chuku. Please click on the like button and also subscribe to Flip TV. Till tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program by Stan and News. I'm Christian Chuku. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Bye for now.
Let me
No problem.
let me talk with all those people. They don't know.